Hello my lovely Trails fans, welcome back to our next episode of Trails from Zero. Alrighty, I do apologise if there is some crackling with my audio. There was an update with NVIDIA Broadcast, which I use for recording my voice, and it seems to have made my microphone a lot more sensitive, so I'm hoping that you're just going to hear me more clearly rather than being like, oh hey, you're kind of hurting my ears there, boy. So, we are going to be visiting all of the areas around, because I think we spoke to everybody except on West Street. Let's head on out to the outward locations. I just saw my husband off at the airport. Oh dear me, I'm no longer young, but I couldn't help but wave as he left. How embarrassing. Okay, so we don't have to go to the airport. And so I guess we just take the bus to St. Ursula Medical College. I don't think there's anything at the sandbar, really. There's a tower, but we haven't been able to go there yet. Now, all that's left is to carry out all of the equipment. Good luck with the rest of today, everyone. He's so nice. Like, there's got to be something terrible that happened. Like, somebody must have kidnapped their child because they're so nice. Surely they didn't, like, give her up willingly. Recently, the hospital has been outfitted with a special kind of orbital vehicle called an ambulance. Now, with just a call, we can be anywhere we need to in an emergency. We don't have to rely on buses to get to injured people in time. When those gang members were attacked way back when, they managed to survive because of the ambulance's fast response time. So I've actually got my microphone a little further away from my face than I usually do, it's so sensitive, so I'm hoping that's going to help. Oh, you're Cecile's little brother, aren't you? How have you been? For whatever reason, it feels like I've become a celebrity among the nursing staff. Yeah, a little bit. She's been gushing about you. Lighton started working really hard once he recovered. Not to mention my plan of hiding my own work in his was a massive success. The boy ended up doing every bit of it. Lucky me, being blessed with such an eager pupil. Lucky you for being lazy. Earlier, some visitors were discussing Arkanseal's new show over lunch. It's called Golden Sun, Silver Moon, isn't it? My, I'd love to be able to go and see it someday. I usually carry around this book about autopsies. Is that weird? When I was having lunch with Lighton, he threw a big fit and told me not to read it while eating. Personally, I would lose my appetite if I saw the book's illustrations as well, especially if I was eating a meat or the like. Maybe, but it doesn't faze me at all. Is carrying around this book really that weird? I thought it was convenient. Now I can study whenever and wherever I want. Okay, I just want to make sure that I haven't been seeing these conversations earlier, because it's been a while since we've been back here. A couple of episodes at least. But I think we're good. Chief Ursuline just sprinted out of her room. Must have overslept again like always. Oh. We haven't gotten to see each other much since I started staying here at the dorms, but we can't let that stop us from catching up. I see. Still, Cecile, I know how busy you are with work, but don't run yourself ragged, okay? Oh, you. I'm not running myself ragged at all. Don't you worry, I take the time to unwind every now and then, and nothing perks me up more than a good chat with some friends. In fact, that was just what I did last night. Oh, the two of us went on for hours. Wait, are you talking about Ilya? You know, from Arkansas? Oh, you know her? That's odd, I don't think I've ever mentioned we were friends before. Crud. I can't reveal anything about the investigation, not even to Cecile. Yeah, you did, definitely. I remember you brought it up over the phone a long time ago. Oh Lloyd, now you're gaslighting her. Well, if you remember me telling you, maybe I did. Oh, thank you, adios. Ah, good little bit of gaslighting. Always the right decision to make. Right? Right? We decided to keep the fence we put up around the terrace back when we were worried about those monsters roaming around. They might be out of my hair now, but we figured it's better to be safe than sorry. If monsters broke in and hurt another resident, we'd be in real trouble. Yeah, better safe than sorry, and it would just cost you money anyway to take it down, so you may as well keep it up, it's just another safety feature. Hey, this is a hospital, keep it down. Whoa, look, this place is as big as a castle. The girls have been telling me that Cecile is really close with a famous celebrity. Oh, you're her little brother, you must know who it is, right? It has to be Ilya, right? Our director is rarely here. He focuses on wandering from country to country, exchanging medical technology and scouting out young, bright minds. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever met him before. I wonder what kind of a man he is. St. Ursula Hospital is connected to Crossbell City via the Orbital network. Our appointment reservation services utilizes the network, in fact, though it's still somewhat experimental at this stage. Getting our patients familiar with it has been a pretty steep hurdle, so it doesn't see much use. So Grandpa really should be admitted into the hospital after all. That'd definitely be the smartest decision, but that man is the definition of stubborn. I'm sorry, I keep trying to get him to at least come in for a checkup, but nothing I say works. Up until now, I've only ever relied on Septium Church remedies. Is all this hospital business really safe? I better get my checkup done by one of the gorgeous female doctors. Come on, just don't be an old man, I'm not asking for much. Oh, you're with the Bracer Guild. Don't tell me, did something happen? Unfortunately so. Our traveller was taking a shortcut through a thicket and was bitten by an extremely venomous snake. As soon as we found him, we carried him here as fast as we could. Well, Aeolia was the one who gave him first aid, so I think he'll pull through. First aid? Can't say I knew bracers were trained in medical treatment, let alone for snake bites. Aeolia is a bit of an outlier. She's from Remiferia, one of the most medically advanced places in Zemeria. She even got her medical license there. A doctor, you say? All I see is a woman who struggles to keep her hands to herself. Well, she might be a bit more clingy than most, but she's an amazing gal. Why do I feel like I've already had that conversation with her before? Like, some of these conversations are definitely new that I haven't done, but I'm sure I've had that one before. I don't know, maybe I'm just tricking myself. The traveller is currently resting in the ICU. Had things gone poorly, we may have needed to amputate his leg. Luckily, we were able to avoid all that thanks to you, Aeolia. Your help is as invaluable as always. Oh no, I wouldn't go that far. I did what was expected of a bracer, and that's that. Damn it, break my leg! If that's what it takes for the lovely Aeolia to nurse me back to health, I'm ready. Your level of enthusiasm is almost impressive, ultimately fruitless though. I'm sure we definitely had that conversation before. I've not, loaded the wrong save or something, and I've already recorded this episode, have I? I do apologise, everybody, if you're having to watch this for the second time, but I don't know what's going on. Definitely haven't had that conversation with Cecile about Ilya, but these seem to be old. Now that his injury's healed, Lighton's thrown himself back into work with more vim and vigour than ever. However, Dr. Gunter decided to take advantage of his good mood and force poor Lighton to do most of his work. Maybe just some of them have changed and some of them haven't, and then because of the changeover, some of the flags for these conversations have been reset. I honestly don't know. Late again, Ursuline? Your chronic tardiness to your own class is absolutely unacceptable for a professor. You know that, right? You're right. I was tinkering with some newly arrived equipment last night, but before I knew it, the sun was coming up. So yeah, I was sleeping like a baby up until about 20 minutes ago. You haven't changed from when you were a student one bit, Ursuline. While orbments are developed in a variety of countries, Remiferia stands out as the leader when it comes to medical orbments. For example, nearly all of the medical equipment used at St. Ursula Medical College is manufactured by the Sealand Company, which is Remetheria based. Tomophobia is perfectly understandable, natural even. However, the risk of danger in this particular operation is astronomically low. Anxiety will only serve as a detriment to the surgery. Please try to calm yourself and go to bed early tonight, alright? This is the end for me, I think. The doctor said the operation's a piece of cake, but I don't know. That guy's sleeping like a baby. Darn it, I ended up not being able to get those Arkansas tickets I wanted. Martha keeps bragging that she's seen them before, but I bet the current Arkansas is way better now compared to when she went. Flyers detailing Arkansas's upcoming show finally made their way to the hospital. When I was a young girl, Arkansas had neither fame nor that superstar Ilya Plater. Now you can't say Crossbow without thinking of Arkansas. It sure has come a long way, hasn't it? Sarone's clumsiness knows literally no bounds. She usually grabs the wrong medical utensils, spills chemicals and medicine on the floor. If I'm being honest, the only reason someone hasn't got hurt yet is because the rest of us are around to patch up her mistakes. Sure would do me a favour if she took a page out of Cecile's book. These hospital beds are like lying on a cloud, and I can't remember the last time I was served food without having to ask. It's pure paradise. Okay, time for your daily temperature check. Hope you're ready, cause here it comes. But wait a second, miss. You made sure to double check you're using a thermometer and not an injection needle this time, right? Pish, course I did. I may be prone to making mistakes, but I'd never make a dumb one like that twice. Oh, would you look at that? Even though I'm younger than her, Shizuku has been a good friend to me. We go on a lot of walks together and talk to each other in her room all the time. We've gotten to know each other super duper well. I'm really glad to have her around. These frugal meals are utterly flavourless and sordid affairs. I told them to add steak and wine to the menu, but to no avail. This so-called hospital service is a complete and utter disgrace. If the special support section keeps solving important cases like that one, maybe you'll get as strong as father someday. That's quite the challenge, but we'll do our very best. Right, that's it for this place. Let's take the elevator down. Yeah, I do apologise everyone if you're having to sit through a couple of conversations we've already had last time we were here, but it seems the flags have been reset. But we are finding a couple of new conversations that can be had. Okay, let's go to... I have to go here before I can... There we go. Let's do East Street next. Because we've got the gates to go to as well as the village. Okay, well, about time to go sell today's crops over in Crossbell City. Commerce through private traders may be on the rise, but we can't neglect the city's department store and the like. My brother Elkin's true weakness is his love for those new Orbital vehicles. He basically keeps the villagers' truck to himself, even though the villagers all pitched in to buy it. Well, no one ever complains about it, so I guess it's fine. You see, because that's definitely an old one, I remember that one. But what he said I'm pretty sure is new, because I don't think he was talking about selling anything last time. I thought that my desire to fish would overpower my shyness, but it seems I was sadly mistaken. That's it, I'm going to take the bus to the Fisherman's Guild and pass whatever entrance exam they throw at me. Say that again? You walked here all the way from Crossbell City? Oh my, you must have worked up quite the appetite. Why don't you eat here? My father may look like a boring old man, but his cooking is divine, I assure you. I can hear you, you know. The pleasant smells of the pastures, chicken and honey all persuaded me to come in here. I'm positive that there are good meals hiding here, I just need to ask around. I ended up really enjoying Carnelia. Kept me hooked the whole way through. Carnelia? I heard that book was quite the hit back when it first came out. It's supposedly based on a true story too. Oh yeah? Well, whether it really happened or not, it had me on the edge of my seat from start to finish. It's a good read, plain and simple, and that's all I can ask for. Huh, consider my interest piqued. Been almost a month since those monster attacks. The Crossbell Times didn't go much into detail, but you folks were the ones who solved the case, right? Thanks to you, I'm able to sleep like a baby again. I appreciate your hard work, everyone. From what I can tell, Seeley seems to really like Mr. Hayworth. As if I'd ever let Seeley get swept away by a married man like you. Is what I would say if he wasn't always so nice to us. I don't think I could utter a single bad word against him. Yeah, it puts me into a tough position because I kind of just want to skip these conversations and get back into the main quest. You know those two siblings who are always playing in the square? They keep inviting me to hang out, but I'm not really interested. No matter the day, they always end up wanting to play braces. I can't take it anymore. These country kids are so annoying and immature. I just want to go back to home to Crossbell City. Arkanseel? Oh, I've seen them quite a few times at this point. Ilya Plateau's performance is always so incredible, it would cause even Adios to faint in awe. I would love to see them again. So what do you think in the comment? Should I, next time, I'm noticing I'm getting a lot of the common responses again, should I just go and speak to like the important NPCs like Cecile to see if they have anything new to say and then skip all the others? Let me know in the comments. Or do you want me to just go and do like a wide, a wide berth comb through all of the NPCs to make sure I'm not missing anything? I've heard people talk about how Crossbell City is home to a really amazing theatre troupe. Arkanseel, wasn't it? I sure hope I can see them someday. Derek's plan to open a food stall during the anniversary festival was actually genius. The village has been losing that spark it used to have, so maybe the stall could help bring it back. I've started to get in the habit of reading the Crossbell Times. You guys were featured in it, weren't you? Man, all I want is to go to Crossbell City and live an amazing life full of mirror and fame. I think that one was new. By the way, you know that sealed off bridge over on Old Amorica Road? Past that is the ancient battlefield. Place gives me the heebie-jeebies, but that's not why it's sealed off. It's got a bunch of fierce monsters prowling up and down. Now that the monsters have been dealt with, I can let the kids play outside by themselves again without worrying. As a farmer, I don't have the time or luxury to travel outside the village very often. Camille always pesters me to take him and Polly to the anniversary festival. It's a bit hard to deal with, if I'm being honest. I proposed that Amorica Village open up a stall in Crossbell City during the anniversary festival. Given how many people are going to show up, I think it's a good opportunity to get Amorica Village's name out there. Displaying our honey would probably attract people by the droves. Ah, my friends from the SSS. You know, when I first met you four, I never would have imagined that I'd come to rely on the police so much. I'll be counting on you if something else ever happens. Derek and Tolda don't get along too well nowadays. As the current village chief, my husband cherishes Amorica and is determined to protect it from any unnecessary changes. But as his successor, Derek wants to modernize Amorica in order to give the villagers an easier, more convenient life. Neither of them are technically in the wrong, so it's been a difficult issue. We had a couple of guys like that back in Liberl, in... what was that village called? The one that sold all the apples and then all the apples got completely destroyed. When, was it the dragon that flew over and burnt them all down? Oh, I can't remember the name of that village. I'll call it Applewood. Phew, I finally made it to the gate. It took me a while, but I finished all the shopping I wanted to do in Crossbell. I guess it's time to get my papers checked and head on back home to Calvard. Recently, a delivery truck got into a serious accident not long after passing through Tangram Gate. It doesn't make sense. The road past here is always clear. What could have caused the accident? Beyond this gate is Calvardian territory. Do you have some business here? My business is getting in your business. Nothing unusual to report, sir. There's no need to worry when I'm on duty. This is where we conduct basic inspections for cars going to or coming from Calvard. You know, considering how cheap this gate is, they could probably plow right through it if they really wanted to. Yeah, it's more of a checkpoint than an actual protective gate. Do they have like a big... No, they just got like these little flimsy barriers, don't they? Ah, it's too good, too delicious. Our mess hall's food is definitely scrumptious, I'll give it that. But I think Long Lao Tavern and Inn over in the city would give it a real run for its money. My plan's to wind down today and head back home on the bus tomorrow. This fine establishment has everything a traveller needs if there's a hold-up getting into Crossbell for whatever reason. You four looking for something to eat too? Yeah, I just wanted to double check that he wasn't going to give me the recipe again, because I'm sure that's what he said before he gave me the recipe last time. Looking for a place to rest? Do whatever you'd like. Can't guarantee that your stay is going to be a comfortable one though. Why, do you have bed bugs? I don't want to sleep in a bed with bed bugs. I think he has bed bugs. Rumor says Deputy Commander Bales and your Chief Sergei go way back. On top of that, they even talk on the phone every so often. Could they be... you can forget that nonsense. Are they lovers? After experiencing all of your fighting styles firsthand, I know I have a long way to go. If I don't buckle down on my training regimen, how else will I be able to protect Crossbell? I'd recommend that you all stay on guard from here on out. We'll make sure to contact the SSS via support request if we ever require your assistance again. Though we can't publicly support your endeavours, know that we're rooting for you. The thing is as well, I know that a load of conversations are going to change in Crossbell City after we go to the Grimwood Law Office. Although I don't know if I'll actually be able to come out here. That massive port city you can see on the other side of the river is Altair. Up until the signing of the Non-Aggression Pact, Calvard was frequently conducting drills around Tangram Hill all the time. It honestly felt like we were living our lives at gunpoint. Oh, the Special Support Section, right? Good work solving those monster attacks last month. Couldn't have been easy. Haha, yeah, we barely scraped by. If Sight had not come to our rescue, I doubt we would be standing here right now. Hey, don't be so hard on yourselves. Pretty sure Deputy Commander Bales is expecting great things from you, so try not to let her down. Yeah, it's kind of lame a little bit when you're locked off from areas, but in a game like this where you have the opportunity to like speak to every single NPC to see how the like mini side stories are progressing, it's kind of a blessing because you can get back into the main action faster, because one of the main reasons I love this game is the fact that you can just speak to everybody and get those little hints as to things that are going on in the background in the world. I think that's one of the reasons I love this series so much. It's because there is just so much extra in the game that you have to kind of root around for and discover. I hope we don't really lose that in the future games, because I know that when we go to Trails of Cold Steel, ooh, shiny. I believe the chests there don't have commentary on them anymore. this change anything? Nope. Yeah, I think the chests don't have the comments on them like they do in these games. So I hope that the NPCs continue to have like their own little stories which unfold. But we're a little while away from that. We've still got the rest of this game and another game after this to play before we even start going through there. And we'll leave our beautiful little pixel graphics kind of thing in 3D environments for the beauty of full 3D models. So this is one of the Guardian Force's armoured cars. It's pretty sturdy, isn't it? Though I doubt it would last long against one of the Empire's tanks. To be fair though, like, we've been continuously evolving into the 3D models era in these games for quite a while. A little while ago, a pair of bracers stopped by Bellguard Gate. They looked young, but my gut tells me they're skilled beyond their years. Our commander is absent today. Actually, I guess it'd be better to say that he's absent again. Every single day that guy is preoccupied with entertaining politicians and the like. Heh, some things never change. So I think we just got Maine's mining village to go to after this, and then we're done. State law prohibits Crossbell from having a proper military like other nations. The brass tells us that's to protect us from potential conflict with the Empire and Republic. That's why we're called a self-defense force and not a legitimate military organization. This is good stuff. I arrived earlier than expected, so I decided to kill time with a light meal. I want to get closer to her if I can. Randy, now that you've gone from Bellguard Gate, it's my chance. You won't stand in my way anymore. What are you talking about? You were stationed here long before I joined, but you never tried your luck with her? I've been meticulously clearing away the obstacles standing between us, I'll have you know. Well, good luck with that, man. Sounds like Randy was good in terms with most of the guardsmen. Indeed, I thought that more people would be at his throat given that he was fired for his womanizing ways. We've definitely done that conversation before. How about we commemorate our reunion with a hot meal? Oh, but do keep in mind that I don't do friend discounts, okay? If what you might call a military enthusiast, soldiers, weaponry, tanks, I can't get enough. Unfortunately for me, the CGF is pretty conservative with their large-scale drills because they don't want to set off any false alarms in the Empire or Republic. It sure is a shame. See, this is why I usually try to split up my episodes between... Hold on, let me speak. After passing one measly fence, you'll hit the Erebonian border in a matter of seconds. We don't even have a thick iron door protecting us from the Empire, just a few holes in the ground. Honestly, it makes me want to laugh. Anyone else speak to? Make no mistake, though, the CGF is an elite organisation whose members have all gone through a strict training regimen. Okay. So I think one of the main reasons why I try to split up episodes between specific things that I do, like once I... How do I get upstairs? Oh. Like when I speak to everybody in a city, even if it's only taking me 20 minutes, I'll usually end that episode and try and start the next one. Is because then if people do want to try and skip portions of my playthrough, they can look at an episode and go, oh, he's talking to people, I just want to get back into the main action, so I can skip on to the next episode where he's probably going to start the main quest up again. That's what I try to do mostly, because obviously this episode is probably just going to be a throwaway episode for most people, because they're going to watch this and be like, he's done these conversations before, so I'm just going to skip to the next episode. And then if you do that, then you have the benefit of me just going straight back into the main story again. Ever since the commander started to skip out on work, Warrant Officer Muriel has been our sort of interim commander. She's a bit unreliable at times, but I can't deny that she has drive. Overall, she's a good superior. Leaving the CGF hasn't made you change in the slightest. I'm sure you three must have a tough time babysitting Randy, huh? And I know I tried saying that I was going to record... Oh, hello. That is definitely new. That I was going to try and record more than one episode a week, and I haven't been doing that, so I am really sorry. It has been crazy with my schoolwork and work and other things in between, so I'm trying to arrange my time where I can do more than 2 episodes, but right now I'm mostly trying to squeeze in just the 1 episode, which I definitely want to do every week, but I will try and do more than 1 episode. I'll try my best, but no guarantees. Wow, talk about a view. So this is where Crossbell and Erebonia border each other, right? This is my first time seeing it this close. Yes, right on the other side of the border should be Gariella Fortress. Supposedly it's one of Erebonia's most important military bases. Taking everything into account, it's likely because it's the closest base to Calvard. Oh right, Erebonia and Calvard have always hated each other, haven't they? Crossbell really has its fair share of burdens, huh, Joshua? Oh, hey everyone. You know, seeing a view like this helps remind me of how powerful the Erebonian Empire really is. Still, the Erebonians I've met aren't bad people. Well, one of them is a little strange. Oh, we know who that is. Estelle and I came here to meet with a client, so we took the opportunity to see this with our own eyes. If we're to understand Crossbell, we'll have to observe its circumstances for ourselves. Yes, Prince Olivert really is a strange one indeed. Mr. Olivier. Over on that mountainside is the pride of the Imperial Army, Gariella Fortress. The Empire's military is immensely strong, so we can't ever let our guard down. Don't want to kill yourself with all the stress that comes with that though. Don't get me wrong, it's a-okay to be serious, but it's also important to take a breather every once in a while. Something tells me you put a higher priority on relaxing instead of seriousness, Randy. Alrighty. One more place to go. Alright, where's that bus stop? I suppose technically 2 places because we have the Abbey, which is just outside the city before we go to the village. Where's the road for that? Guess it'd be that one. Sunday school is currently in session in the cathedral's classroom. Currently it falls on my shoulders to keep anyone suspicious from interfering. But you're with the police, correct? Please feel free to enter in that case. Well, thank you. I consider myself a capable cook, so I make lunch for all the kids during their Sunday school lessons. I feel like I've been getting more picky eaters these days, but that's where I can really show my mettle as a chef. I'll subtly mix in their least favourite food with their favourites, that way their taste buds will slowly get used to them. And when I finally reveal what they stuffed themselves with, oh, the look on their faces, it's really something to behold. You know, the anniversary festival is coming up next month. Time really does fly by. Or maybe it just feels that way because I spend all my time in a secluded place like this. I think I see anybody else here. Oh. A skirmish between Erebonia and Calvard 30 years ago robbed me of my husband. We used to fight day in and day out, but it really is quite lonesome to be left behind like this. Well, that's depressing. There's never a dull moment with all these kids running around. Honestly, kids used to bug me to no end. But ever since my all prayers paid off and my business began to really boom, I feel like I've become more open-hearted. That wasn't the best translation. But these guys still did a really great job anyway. You do get some translations like that sometimes. The mayor of Crossbell City also stops by the cathedral to pray on a regular basis. It seems he prays for the peace and safety of fellow Crossbellans whenever his schedule allows him. Teaching Sunday school is one of the practices that was founded by the Septium Church for the purpose of educating our youth. Sister Marble is carrying on the practice of teaching Sunday school to this day. Oh, I just love the way that they design these areas with the stained glass. Ah, beautiful. Though only a few words here and there, I have heard people speak of the SSS's efforts. Pay no mind to those who ridicule you as mere bracer copycats, for the goddess of the sky shall always look down fondly on those who act for the sake of righteousness and justice. The two gangs operating out of the downtown district are the Saber Vipers and Testaments, right? Those Testament hooligans in particular look like they belong to some religious cult. It's a truly regrettable thing. I hope they are one day able to realize the error of their ways. I'm sleepy. You gotta stay awake, Ken. We're gonna get in trouble if you go to sleep now. But it's so boring. Ugh. If you fall asleep in class, I'm gonna tell Big Sis. These two are pretty cute. Must be twins. Actually, they kind of remind me of someone. Eek! Hey, don't peek at my notes. Wait. Are they supposed to be saying that these are like Joshua and Estelle because of the pigtails and the long hair? I mean, maybe. My dad loves to talk about old stuff like the ancient Sumerian civilization. Wait, where are Ryu and Henri? I wonder if they're playing hooky today. They better not have forgot. I even told them we had Sunday school today. Did I speak to her? I don't know, man. I feel like with modern technology, even stopping a terrible disaster like the Great Collapse would be a piece of cake. The Great Collapse? Wow, I didn't know everything could just disappear like that. If you think about it, that's really scary. Hey, Hamil, were you able to follow what Sister Marble just said? Were you even listening? It wasn't even that hard. Oh, really? Just show me your notes when we get home later. The Great Collapse occurred a long, long time ago. It is what caused the destruction of the continent we live on, Sumeria. It also annihilated the highly advanced ancient Sumerian civilization along with it. Okay, Main's mining village, and then we are done for this episode. We'll do East Street on the next episode for anybody who has decided to skip this one. That way they haven't missed out on anything. And hopefully we'll get some lots of lovely new exposition and find out what's going on. Did all of the best men in Mainz decide to skip town when I was born? There's my brother who's lazy to the core and totally antisocial. Plus, I know he's a miner, but does he have to smell like mud all the time? Anyway, Carlos may be an option, but he's far too gentle for my taste. I prefer a man who's more wild. I guess the only thing I can do is go to Crossbell City and look for a man. Yep, had that conversation before. I've been transporting Septium with my truck for a while now, so sometimes I can't help but think, when will we end up running out of Septium? It's not like the mine has an infinite amount. Ah, man, just thinking about it always twists my stomach into knots. I have to start recycling it. Now that those monster nuisances are in the past, Mainz is back to the same old, same old. The only nuisance we have to worry about now is the mining crew complaining about how they don't get off work early anymore. I'm just glad that they're no longer in danger of getting jumped. Oh man, I just want to hop back into bed. Is that so much to ask? Due to those miners' excessive noise and partying, Norma and I weren't able to get much sleep. Just how long do they plan to keep this dumb monsters are gone party going anyway? You all handled those monster attacks pretty well. Remember not to get too caught up in your victory though. Always stay committed to improving yourself and you'll go far. Is he finally starting to acknowledge the SSS? Oh, nice to see you again. Good work at busting those mafiosos. Sounds like you were even able to build up quite the case against them. You mean Ravache? Regardless of our success, they were still acquitted after 2 days. That may be, but don't beat yourselves up over it. Even if we replaced the police with braces, I still doubt the outcome would have changed. I'm biding my time in this town until I can fulfill my goal, purchasing those precious septium crystals. You see, crystals aren't something small a monster would drop like Sepith. Pure septium contain a magnificent glow and are worn as jewellery by most of the Erebonian nobility. If I were to return home accompanied with a bag of septium crystals, I'm positive that I could make quite the profit. Oh! My lady is the sole daughter of a prominent imperial merchant. She ventured here to Crossbell with the intention of becoming a great merchant herself, dragging me along with her. Since I left the mansion without saying anything to my lady's father, I am positive that I will get a harsh scolding when we return. My husband works on the excavation plans with Mine Chief Hoffman. They have to do this every day so that Mainz doesn't surpass the septium quota mandated by the state government. We owe you all for your help, Special Support Section. If it weren't for you, things surely would have gotten ugly. To think that those strings of monster attacks were coordinated by a group of people. We were nearly ensnared by the Mafia's clever trap. I truly cannot thank you enough for protecting our little town. Have you ever gone to those creepy ruins down that fork in the mountain path? It just fires me up thinking about it. It's the kind of place just begging to be explored, and I'm going to see it myself one of these days. The septium mine in Mainz is well known for its abundance and magnificent quality. On top of that, septium of all 7 elements can be found in our mines. Foreign merchants are willing to trek all the way out here in order to buy it. So I'm kind of reminded about the, right at the beginning of the game when we were going into some creepy ruins. And we were like level 45, so we're like, that must have been at the end of the game, because I don't think this is a super long game. I think we're in like the 2nd chapter, and I think there's like maybe 5 chapters, so that must be like either the next chapter or the chapter afterwards, because we're kind of still a little ways away from level 45, and our leveling up has kind of slowed now. Huh? Okay, yeah, I'm slacking off here. You got a problem with that? Look, it'll just be for a little bit, so don't tell the other miners, alright? Max has fully recovered from the injury that monster gave him at long last. He's definitely enthusiastic about it. I have to make up for all the lost time, dear, he told me. Since the anniversary festival is right around the corner, everyone started to act all festive. I know the festival is great and all, but slack off too much and someone could get hurt. Daddy gets grumpier and grumpier as the anniversary festival comes closer for some weird reason. Did I do something wrong? My son Alec was scampering about town again today. I do wish he would be more cautious. It's not very safe with all the heavy-duty equipment lying around town, and there's cliffs too. If he isn't careful, he's going to get seriously injured one day. I mean, you are raising a child in a mining village surrounded on top of a massive cliff. I mean, you can only teach him so much. Kinda have to let him do his own thing. Oh, you guys are that group who helped out the town. The Special Support Section, right? Thanks everyone. Gantz and I owe you big time. Heave ho! Damn it, just thinking about how hard I tanked at Barker yesterday is pissing me off. Really dug myself a hole this time. I gotta win it back stat. I wonder if Marlowe will lend me Samira again if I ask nice enough. Anyone else in here? I was finally given the green light to come back to work after my injuries from the monster attack healed up. Man, I hated being confined to my bed. I'm ready to burn off this energy in the mines. Max's injury finally healed, thank goodness. Now we can finally get the mine back to its standard pace. Oh, I'm feeling it today. These rocks can't stop my pickaxe. And I think that might be everybody. Alrighty, finally caught up. Alright everyone, I'm just going to head back to the West Street now then. But that's it for today's recording, so thanks for hanging around. I know this is not the most exciting of episodes, considering it sounded like 80% of everyone that we spoke to today was just the same conversation with only a few changes, like seeing the Brights at Bellguard Gate and speaking to Cecile. Well, thanks for watching anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you know when the next episode's coming out. And feel free to leave a comment on the video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.